stop what you're doing for just 1 second and listen to me. Not to your routine, not to your assumptions, but to your body. Because right now there is a very real possibility that your body has already been trying to warn you about something serious. And you've been calling it something else. You've been calling it aging. You've been calling it stress. You've been calling it just one of those things. But what if I told you that some of those small, harmless symptoms you've been ignoring are not harmless at all? If you are over 60, there is something you need to understand immediately. The most dangerous diseases at your age do not arrive loudly. They don't knock on the door and announce themselves. They whisper. They hide. They disguise themselves as normal, everyday discomforts. And pancreatic disease is one of the most dangerous examples of this. Not because it cannot be treated, but because it is almost always discovered too late. Subscribe to Dr. Arthur Vance. Senior Longevity and Strength. Right now, if you want to stay ahead of these hidden threats, and before we go further, drop your age and where you're watching from in the comments. I want to know who is here, because this conversation could change someone's life. I am Dr. Arthur Vance, and I am done staying quiet. As a son, I would never allow my parents to dismiss serious warning signs just because they seem normal. I have seen too many patients walk into my clinic months too late, not because they ignored their health, but because they misunderstood their body. They had the signals. They just didn't connect them. And here is the truth that changes everything. Normal is just a statistical average of a sick population. If a symptom is common, that does not mean it is safe. Let me explain why this is so dangerous. Your pancreas is not like your heart or your lungs. You cannot feel it. You cannot touch it. It sits deep inside your body, quietly doing its job. Think of it like a hidden control center, managing digestion, regulating blood sugar, supporting energy flow. But when something begins to go wrong in that system, it doesn't send obvious signals. It leaks subtle clues that most people dismiss. Now imagine your body like a system of pipes and wires. Your blood vessels are pipes. Your nerves are wires. Your organs are control units. When everything is working, the system flows smoothly. But when something starts blocking those pipes or interfering with those wires, the system doesn't collapse instantly. It struggles. It compensates. And that struggle shows up as symptoms. The first sign many people notice is something they think is completely harmless. Changes in urine. Darker than usual. Maybe you drink more water and it improves. Then it comes back again. This is not just hydration. This is your body trying to tell you something is not flowing properly. Something is backing up. Something is blocked. Then comes pain, but not the kind you expect. Not sharp. Not sudden. A dull, persistent discomfort in the upper abdomen, sometimes spreading to the back. And this is where most people make the mistake. They assume it's muscle strain, arthritis, something they ate. But this pain has a pattern. It worsens after eating. It feels different when you lie down. And it doesn't respond the way normal pain should. That's because it's not coming from muscles. It's coming from deeper structures under pressure. Then something even more subtle happens. You sit down to eat, and after just a few bites, you feel full. Not satisfied, full. Your appetite changes. You don't think much of it. But this is your body signaling that something is interfering with digestion. Something is physically altering how your stomach and pancreas interact. And when that happens, weight loss follows. Not intentional, not controlled, just happening. At this point, most people still do nothing, because each symptom alone seems manageable. But this is where understanding patterns becomes life-saving, because when multiple signals appear together, that's when the story changes. Then comes a visible sign, yellowing of the eyes or skin. Maybe subtle at first, maybe dismissed as lighting or fatigue. But this is your body showing you that something deeper is happening. Something affecting how your system processes and eliminates waste. And alongside it, itching. unexplained, persistent, not responding to creams or medication. Now here's where it becomes even more serious. Blood clots. Many people think of blood clots as isolated events, but sometimes they are signals. Signals that something in the body is altering the way blood behaves. And when that happens without a clear cause, it should never be ignored. Then comes fatigue. Not normal tiredness. Not something sleep fixes. This is deeper, heavier. Like your body is running on empty no matter how much rest you get. That's because your system is being drained. Not externally, internally. And finally, the most overlooked signal of all, changes in digestion. Stool that looks different, feels different, behaves differently. This is your body showing you that it is no longer processing food the way it should. That the system responsible for breaking things down is no longer functioning properly. Now listen carefully. None of these symptoms alone confirm anything. But together, they tell a story. A story your body has been trying to communicate. What matters now is not fear. It's awareness. It's action. It's understanding that your body does not send signals without reason. If you recognize even 2 or 3 of these patterns, your next step is not to panic. It is to act with clarity. Write them down. Be specific. When they started. How often they happen. What makes them worse. Then speak to your doctor clearly. Not vaguely, clearly. Because vague symptoms get ignored. Specific patterns get investigated. Think about your future for a moment. Your independence. Your ability to live freely. Think clearly. Move confidently. Think about your grandchildren. The time you want to spend with them. The memories you still want to create. That future depends on what you do when your body speaks to you. Think of one person you love. Someone who might be ignoring symptoms right now. Send this to them, because they may not realize what their body is trying to say. I'm Dr. Arthur Vance, and your health is the only metric that matters. I'll see you in the next consultation. W.